Welcome to the Michiana Business Podcast, where we put local legends and businesses in the spotlight for everyone in our area to see. If you love small businesses and success stories, then you're in the right place. You're listening to the Michiana Business Podcast with your friends, hosts, and owners of industrial office cleaning right here in Michiana, Caitlin and Alonso Perdomo.
Does tax sale short works in the real estate? If you have any information about that, can you share
about what was it?
The tax. See, she doesn't understand me, guys. So hey, bear with me. The tax sale, you know, when somebody don't pay the taxes, they take the house from you. How does that work?
Well, I don't deal a whole lot with the tax sale end of it, like the sheriff's sale is what you're talking about, tax sheriff's sale. I don't deal with them until they actually hit the MLS. So, which means that if it's in tax sale, there's normally a whole different website that you go to for that, because it can get kind of tricky because it might go into tax sale, but those homeowners have so many days or weeks or months, I forget what the time period is, where they can actually retrieve that house back. So, you know, you need to make sure that you're legally covered if you're buying a house under tax sale, especially if most of them are cash, you know, so you want to be protected. I don't get them until they go on to MLS for foreclosures even. So the foreclosure banks will hire a real estate agent. They'll put that foreclosure on the MLS, and that's when I have access to it. But the tax sales and stuff, I do not.
So you don't mess around with that stuff. You're like, forget it.
Yeah, okay. I do traditional sales, and then I've also started in commercial sales.
Commercial. Tell us a little bit about commercial.
So that's something that I've just started. I'm in the middle of one right now. Hopefully it'll be closing at the end of this month. So there is a lot more detail that goes along with that. And again, I'm fresh, I'm learning. So there's a lot different inspections, different kinds of appraisals that need to be done, a different timeline completely to get it to closing because of all of those things, like a phase one environmental, which I'm learning about with a commercial property, if there's been like oil tanks or anything like that on the property or environmental hazards or contaminants, how they've disposed of that, the records that they have to have, and the inspections that they have to show that those things are no longer on the property. So again, there's a lot more that goes into the commercial, but we do have a commercial lending division over at Cressy and Everett. Okay. So that helps too. So we have that to back us up, even the residential agents like myself that are dabbling in that commercial at this time. And I have another property that'll go up at the beginning of the year. It'll be an automotive place with a great location. So if anybody is interested in like I think it's 8,000 square feet. No, it's 9,000 square foot automotive location that has 4 offices up front, a showroom. It has a spot for the paint booth and back, 4 overhead doors. Again, it has prime location. Give me a call and I can give you more details on that. It's not in the market yet, but it is something that they are wanting to do as of the first of the year.
If you're somebody here like, I'm interested, where they can contact you, give you right away your information if you don't mind. I know I keep asking you because it's a long process, but a lot of people will be like, what did you say? Where did I call? So if you share it again, that'd be great. Yeah,
and you can call me on my cell phone or text me at 574-315-2827, or you can get onto the Cressy and Everett website, type in agent, go to search, type in Lindsay with an A, and I will come up and you can contact me through my email, website, phone, however is easier for you off of the website too.
Yeah, because I'm assuming a lot of people still want to invest, even though it's kind of tied up situations right now, but I think they still want to continue investing. If they hear, I think that sounds like I can pick it up and start making work. So that'd be great if they contact you soon and, you start doing that process. So you told me that it's totally different, the commercial for residential, because the inspections, because of the time frame for the closing costs, that's what you were saying, right?
It's just a completely different process than residential. There's a lot more that goes into it. A lot of different kinds of inspections. The appraisals are at a higher cost. And again, if something comes up on a phase one environmental inspection, how those wastes are going to be disposed of whose cost those are to the seller. It also depends on if you're just selling the building and the land, or are you selling the business and the name? Are you selling your client, like your name as a company? Like if you were to sell industrial office cleaning, are you just going to sell the building that you do it out of, or are you going to sell your entire name and what you've branded?
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
mhm.
Wow. Now I just blow my mind. Like, oh, okay, I can sell on him. Oh, that's great. So, so let me ask you this other question. For those people they want to learn about foreclosure houses, you have any info about that stuff, or you don't deal with that stuff either?
I have what's available to me again on the MLS, and there are a lot of foreclosures on there or HUD homes that are like FHA approved already. A lot of those are on MLS, which is the multiple listing service. That's how I find my houses. But they're online bidding. So it's a little bit different than just submitting your regular offer and you're actually talking to another agent. It's online. You submit your offer, you submit your pre-approval. A lot of times there's other paperwork that's involved with that. The time period's not going to be a 24-hour turnaround to have an answer like it would normally be. It could be days or a week or 2 weeks. They might have a date in mind that they say, okay, the bank will review all these offers at this time, and then they'll get back with you via email. So it's non-traditional. So I have dealt with them in the past, but not as much as the regular residential.
Okay. Well, is it still a lot in the market, or is not a lot of those in the market right now?
I haven't seen a ton of them, but I know they'll probably be coming.
Oh, okay.
So,
So for those people they want to invest, like say like I want to buy houses there for closure. Is it a good time to start to buy that kind of houses, or it's not a bad time?
It just depends. I mean, not even in foreclosures. I mean, there's some good deals still out there with houses that are in pretty rough shape and they're selling as is. I work with an investor and we've done a couple of those in the last few months that he's gotten a really good deal and was able to go in and flip them, make them look beautiful and sell them. And both of the ones we've done in the last 2-3 months, 2.5 months, he's already sold, already fixed them up, sold them, made a profit on it. So it's still there. It's still available. They don't necessarily have to be foreclosures. I can do a search of as-is sales or under a certain amount and see what's available and what locations you were interested in being in for rental or for flip.
Wow. So I just want to share this. It's probably totally off the section. But for people up there, they're like, oh, it's no opportunities. Everything is crashing down. Everything is going crazy. You just tell me like it's still up there. If you dig enough, you're going to get what you want. If you work hard enough, you're going to get those results. But sometimes people, we focus like, oh, everything is going crazy. So that's pretty cool. I mean, to buy those houses and flip them and fix them. So, excuse me. So with that said, any more information that you can throw up there for people, beginners, investors that they want to start investing in flipping houses or even, buy the first house? Let's go with the investors. So any more information that you can throw up there before they like, oh yes, I want to start doing this for a living, or how do they start, or any recommendations that you can give them?
Well, what I do with my investor that I have right now, I search the market every day for him. And again, I'll put in keywords of like as is or under maybe $100,000 in certain areas that he is interested in, that he feels like he can get the most money back for if he puts the money in. And I send him emails that way. I'll say, okay, this one came on the market. This one came on the market. Maybe it's not something that he's interested in, but at least he's getting these emails and he can decide at that point. The same thing for regular residential clients that are looking for purchase. They'll call me. They'll say, I have a pre-approval for $200,000. I'll say, okay, what area do you want to be in? They might say, I want to be in South Bend, on this side of South Bend or whatever. I'm like, okay. So how many bedrooms do you want? How many bathrooms? What are your must-haves that are important to you? Do you need a basement? Do you need a garage? And then I'll go into my system. I'll create a file for them. I'll put their name in there, their email, their cell phone number. I'll put what their criteria is that they have told me that they have to have under that $200,000 mark. And in my computer system will automatically start sending them emails every day. If a new house goes on the market, if there's been a price change and maybe something was $210 and now it's $200 and they can afford it, it's in their price range, they'll automatically get an email. So I input all those into my system. So even if I don't get a chance to look 2 or 3 times a day, my system is automatically sending it to them so we don't miss it.
Wow, you just blow my mind. So the other question that I have for you, because I know you hopping a lot like that. You put this system in place, you start sending emails. Let's say, for example, if I contact you and I say, hey, I'm interested in buying houses in this kind of area in bad shape or whatever it is, is there any fee that you charge me or whoever want to invest, or you just do it as what's called, you're just trying to help them out until they sell the house?
Like if they call and they're ready to purchase and they have their pre-approval, you mean?
No, necessarily. I'm going to invest. Like, for example, if the house is in really bad shape and you're like, okay, you create the file, you start sending emails. This is the house that is in this bad shape, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you're interested. Are you charging to do all this extra things for me, or you just do it?
Nope. I just do it. Yep. And if my investor, if he finds one, which these ones that he's found that we've closed on, he'll say, okay, Lindsay, I bought it for this amount. If I make it beautiful and I do this, and this to it, tell me what I can sell it for in 60 days. I'll say, okay. So I go in and I do a search of comparables that have sold within the last year, 100-mile radius, same square footage, kind of same style house. And I'll say, this is what they're selling for, because that's what an appraiser will do. And he'll say, okay, great. So if I put in 20,000, I can make a $50,000 profit. Then you kind of get that idea. And that's all free. I don't charge for that. The same thing, I don't charge for sellers if they want to sell their house and they are nervous and they don't know how much money they're going to get for it. That's free. I go out to their house, maybe 30 minutes. They walk me through it. They tell me what updates they've made, what they want out of the house. I go back to my office and I can have a comparable market analysis to them within 2 to 3 business days. It'll be an interactive email that'll show the houses I compared it to, how I came up with that price. They can click on the houses. They can see the interior pictures of that house and how they compare to theirs. So, and all that's free.
Wow, guys, if you guys don't start calling her to help you out, to sell your house or to buy houses or to start investing, that's crazy. I wish I have the extra cash so I can throw it to her and say, hey, go find these houses and we'll fix it and we'll make money together. So she's very helpful, guys. I mean, if you people up there, some people, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, some people, they just want to sell so they can make their money. And what I see with her is they're willing to help the people, and also be careful with the houses that you buy, because you can end up with a big loss of money. But she's trying to help a lot, guys. I will start emailing her, contact her. I don't know. It just seems an amazing person to me. So with that said, let's jump out to tell us a little bit more about, this is going to be a little bit more about you, so people knows who you are, connect better with you, where you go, you'll see it. So if you can start, tell us, what do you do for hobby? What is Lindsay does for having a good time, to go hang out? Where you go?
I don't know. I have my kids a lot. So if I get the opportunity to go out without my kids, I'll go out to dinner or meet some friends to have some drinks, for a few hours or whatever. I actually have a trip coming up next Thursday. It's my first one in a while, and 7 of us girls are going to fly down to Florida together for 4 days. So that's kind of exciting and fun. And we're all moms and we're all getting away from it for a few days.
Hey, you guys need it because I'm telling you, 4 kids. I mean, I got 4 kids and it's rough. And I'm not all day in the house. Can you mind if I'm all day in the house? I'd be.
I know.
Okay, so you guys, I hope you enjoyed that trip and have a lot of fun, and take some pictures, and then maybe you can show us later in the group.
Yes.
What book do you recommend to people to read? So you're like, okay, this book is really good. It help you mindset. It help you how to invest money. It help you. What book do you recommend for that?
You know what? There is one that I am reading. Oh, it's like negotiating like your life depends on it. I forget the actual title of it, but it's really cool. It's like the CIA operative, and it's like a true story, true book of all of these, how to kind of get into people's heads and understand them. And to get into those negotiations. And kind of how to persuade them in certain ways where they don't even know that you're doing it.
Wow. So, I got to get that book.
I'll have to bring it into our next meeting. It's really cool. This guy, his career, his life has been amazing, and the stuff that he teaches and how to deal with people of all different types, of all different headspaces. It's really cool. It's something that was recommended to me by someone in my company. So, and again, like I'm a negotiator, I want to get the best price for my people. Even when it comes to inspections and stuff like that, and what I want those other people to fix, I need to be able to get into that negotiation and figure out what's making them click and what's going to make both parties happy to get my person what they need. So this book is really cool that way.
So can you say the name, or what is it called? You say?
I have it in my family room. I could go grab it, but I don't remember the name. I think it's called. Oh, I'll have to get back with you on that. I can't remember.
Just don't get frustrated. So let's see. What is your favorite restaurant in the area?
Ooh, my favorite restaurant. Okay, I'm going to be partial on this one. Okay. I'm Italian, and so my family owns Olivas in Mishawaka.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So that's probably my favorite restaurant. I love Italian food. My family's owned Italian restaurants in this area since I was born.
Nice.
So, and that's the only one that's left. And they have amazing food. You do have to be 21 or over to get in. But once you get in there, the atmosphere is really good. The food's good. The drinks are great. Salad is amazing. They have the best pizza.
Where is located? Where is located? Can you share the information so people might be like, might be run into Lindsay there, so I'm going to go there. So what is the address? I mean, the direct address.
It's off of 4th Street in Mishawaka on the track. So if you're going downtown Mishawaka past the police station, and you turn left onto 4th Street right before you go under the underpass, it's going to be down there on your right. So I can't remember the exact location. I'd have to look it up. On the exact address, I should say. I just know how to get there, I guess, and then I drive.
Sometimes we do like, what was the street? I don't know, but you go here, you turn in there, and you arrive in there. And people
it's on Union Street. Yeah, it's
Union
327 Street. Union Street.
There we go, guys. If you love Italian food, you should go there, try it out. Lindsay says it's really good, so I believe her, I trust her. So just go check it out. And you might run into her and say, I want to talk to you about buying houses or sell my house. So there you go, guys. So the other thing, there are 3 things that you can recommend to people. And this is going to be like, for example, things that you don't want to, they do, that you already done it, that you don't recommend to do. So what would you recommend to people that want to start investing or don't do? Like
investing in homes, correct?
Whatever it is in general, like in home, that'd be.
You want to research the area. So depending on what area you're looking at, you want to research that. You want to know like the crime in that area, the school systems in that area. You want to know what the values are in that area, if they are declining or if they are rising, depending on what kind of area of Granger, of South Bend, of Mishawaka, Elkhart, everywhere has declining areas, has areas that are good, has areas that aren't so good. So you have to do your research there. And if you're planning on renting, think about that and the kind of renters in the different areas. You have to also think about when you're going to look at the houses, the same thing I would tell regular clients when you're going in. If you're looking at a flip and you're going in and you're just going to put in a new kitchen, new bathroom, new floors, make it pretty, maybe a few windows here and there. But if you have to go in and you have to rip out walls because there's mold, you have to rip off the roof because it's falling in, you have to put a whole new furnace in, then you have to kind of figure out your pricing there. Because if it's already priced to where you're only going to make $20,000 putting in new kitchens and stuff like that, once you rip out everything, you're not making any money. So you don't want to get a totally dilapidated house. You want to look for something that you can just kind of pretty up and move on and make your money back, and more.
Wow, there you go, guys. She's using the wise to tell you, don't go in there and just like me. I want to buy the house. I want to make more money. But if you kind of go with no experience, you're going to end up spending more money than what you want to make. And maybe you get all the knowledge, but you also won't making that much money. So there you have it. Any more feedback that you can tell our people that listen and that you can help in any other ways to wrap it up the show, just to leave it to you. You're the star. You here, you're the boss. So tell us anything that you want to say.
I guess a lot of people right now are scared to buy houses because they think, oh my gosh, the prices are so high. I'm going to wait for it to settle down. I'm not doing that. But to be honest, the price the prices aren't going anywhere. So a year from now, they're going to be the same because, like I said before, the appraisers are pulling comparable prices for houses that have sold within the last year within a 1 mile radius. So these houses that have sold this year, they're using to price the ones for next year. So, and if you are an owner right now, you're getting that money on your home because your home is selling a lot higher than what it would. You're just putting that into the next one. So don't be scared. Don't be scared that the market, the listings are low, because there's still something out there for you and not everything you have to fight over. I don't want to give people the wrong idea there either. So I believe that if the house is meant to be, then you get it. And I tell my clients that too, when they get upset because they've lost out on an offer. I'm like, maybe that house just wasn't meant to be yours. You know what I mean? The right one is out there and it'll come at the time that you need it the most. Yep. So to be patient, not to be scared, to have a good agent on your side is the best way to go into it and have someone that's going to protect you and want to protect you in your interest.
Wow. I love your mindset. I love like the way that you're well, it was so fancy. You was in love with the house, but it wasn't meant to be to you to buy the house. So I love the way that you think. I love the mentality, positive way. So guys, I think you guys have to call her and make her your agent to buy houses or help you out, because it's really, you've seen the whole conversation, the whole podcast. It's always, she's saying about help you out. It's not saying like I want to sell houses so I can make more money for Christmas so I can buy more Christmas gifts. No, she's saying like I want to help you guys. So there you go, guys. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Lindsay, so just remember, guys, this podcast is sponsored by Industrial Office Cleaning. If you need your cleaning needs or disinfectant, don't forget to call us or visit our website and book your appointment, and we'll be there to help you. You want to wrap it up, the last words, Lindsay?
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And I would love for anybody that's looking to buy a house or sell a house, even if you just have questions right now, I'm here to answer your questions too, or concerns or whatever. Real estate agents are known kind of as the counselors too. So if you want to talk through some things or what's scaring you, I'm here to answer those questions. So even if you're ready now or you're going to be ready 6 months from now, give me a call. I don't care. We'll figure it out, and I'm here to help. So it's been nice meeting everybody, and I hope to hear from you.
And your info so they can reach you the last time that I'm going to ask you.
It's at www.CressyandEverett.com /Lindsay Maslowski. Or again, if you go to CressyandEverett.com, then you can click on the find an agent. You can type in Lindsay with an A. My name will pull up, Lindsay Maslowski. You can click on that. All my contact information is there as far as my email, my cell phone number. But my cell phone number is 574-315-2827. And you can contact me via text or call.
There we go, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast. And I hope you have a lot of value information here. If you're looking for houses or you're looking to invest, there's a lot of good information here. So don't forget to tune in and don't forget to like us and subscribe in our channel. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next one, guys.
If you're in the Michiana area and would like to have us put your business or story out there for everyone to hear, sign up at MichianaBusinessPodcast.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.